the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. And it's been on my mind as of lately to be more in the spirit than in the flesh. All right, because the spirit is greater than this flesh that we're in. All right, and that really pertains to your mindset. You can have a fleshly mindset, a carnal mindset, or a spiritual mindset. And the hopeful elect are moving in the spirit, though they're in the flesh. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And this is a mindset that we got to have, man, these last days, to be more spiritual than carnal, man. And what I mean by that is to be more focused on, the divine nature of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to focus on prophecy, the things that are soon to come to pass. And really the end result of all this, man, which is salvation and being joined back unto our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Being in a righteous kingdom. To keep your mind on that, man. You see what I'm saying? Because the rest of the world, they're in the flesh, man. They only care about things that pertain to what's right in front of them, man, such as what they're going to eat, pleasing the flesh, man, carnal things, you know what I'm saying? Money, hoes, and clothes, all a nigga knows, you know what I'm saying? As the elder Amawan Abad, says from time to time. Money, hoes, and clothes, all a nigga knows, man. That's the mindset of the majority of our people, man. And that's really the mindset of the heathen. Okay. Worried about money, getting women, and women are worried about, hooking up with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have this whole slut culture, because everybody is all focused on pleasing the flesh, man. You got people doing drugs, all right, abusing alcohol, because that pertains to the flesh, man. We got to move in the spirit, man. And you do that, by seeking Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Everything is spiritual, man. All right. You see, we're looking at the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai moving and manipulating things on the earth. All right. We see the news and we have a spiritual eye when we watch the news. We see prophecy taking place when we watch the different things on, CNN and NBC and, these alternative news publications. That's being in the spiritual mindset, man. Okay, everybody else is worried about partying and bullshitting, looking for the next carnal high. That dopamine hit, you know what I'm saying? Our joy comes from the spirit, man. Then that's a joy that can't even be matched in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyway, yeah, man. We got to be more spiritual than carnal. And that's something that, we got to work on, man. All of us. And it comes with balance as well, man. We do got to do things that pertain to the flesh. But at the end of the day, the spirit should be more. All right. The spiritual things should be more of your focus, should I say, especially in these last days. All right. Verse 6, it says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And another thing that made me think about this is the fact that, you see a lot of these people of the earth, especially out here in Colorado, man, they're really into fitness and working out and all that. And that's good because, I am as well. All right. And the Lord encourages us to, keep our body intact. But even that is actually, spiritual with us. All right, because we know that our bodies is the temple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We got to keep, the temple up. All right. But everybody else, they're doing it because for clout and vain reasons. You see, we look at everything with a spiritual eye. We want to be healthy and in shape so we can continue to do the work, man, so we can represent Yahweh Shemi Yahushai. Everybody else is out there doing it to represent themselves. You see the difference? One is a carnal mindset and one is a spiritual mindset. Okay? And people, they think that they're going to be able to, somehow leverage their own salvation through carnal matters such as, physical strength, weaponry. Okay, these things, that's not going to save you from the judgment that's coming, because the judgment that's coming is spiritual, man. You see what I'm saying? I go into this from time to time because, it's important, man. Without Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, we are helpless, man. You understand? And that's why it's so important to be in the spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. You got these people out here that are just solely gone in the flesh, stocking up supplies, prepping and all this shit, going crazy, losing their minds, man. It's going to avail to nothing. Trying to stack up money and all this stuff like it's going to really help them, man. Look, let's get a quick precept on that. Because true peace comes from the spirit, man. Right here we have the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. And what is righteousness on this side, man? It's the belief of Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. Just like our forefather Abraham, his faith was imputed to him for righteousness. You see, because, when it comes to, trying to do the law, we're going to fall short, man. The law is considered, a carnal thing as well. Okay, you got Israelites out there talking about where your fringes at and all this stuff because they're in a carnal mindset. They're not thinking spiritually. You're not going to be saved because you got on fringes. You're going to be saved because you're in the right spirit, and the elect will be in the right spirit in these last days. And that's why we pray that Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai keeps us in the right spirit to be more spiritual than carnally minded, man. All right. You got these Israelites out there worried about money and trying to build up homesteads and all this stuff and talking about generational wealth. If you ain't right in the spirit with the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, you're going to die. Okay. You see what I'm saying? That's why we read, to be carnally minded is death. To be spiritually minded is life and peace. All right. Okay, so here we have the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 11. And I brought this out because I want to look into the words carnal and spiritual, okay, in the Greek. So here's the phrase spiritual things right here. Let's look at that real quick.
Strong's G 4152, pneumatikos. Pneumatikos.
Okay, there it is, pneumatikos. It's like the word pneumatic right there, okay? Now anyway, it says relating to the human spirit or rational soul as part of the man which is akin to the Most High and serves as his instrument or organ. And we are the instruments of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai when we're moving in the spirit, man. Okay, when we're moving in the spirit, all right, operating in the spirit of the Lord, the Ruach HaKodesh, we're able to be used, all right, to teach this word, to give insight on the things of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Without the spirit, you can't do this work, man. Without the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, you can't edify the elect. You see what I'm saying? All right, the right way, should I say. Now, matter of fact, man, that reminds me of a precept, man. Let's get a quick precept and we'll come back to this. So here we have the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 21. If a man therefore purge himself of these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. Okay, let's get this in the GNT. All right. All right, here we have that same verse in the Good News Translation. 2 Timothy 2 and 21. Check this out. It says, those who make themselves clean from all those evil things will be used for special purposes because they are dedicated and useful to their master, ready to be used for every good deed. All right, this is why you got to come out of the ways of the world, man, so the Lord can use you, man. All right, being those vessels, meet for the master's use. You got to be moving in the spirit, man. That's how the Lord is able to use you, when you're moving in a proper vibration, the proper spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And you do that by putting off the flesh, okay, and the things that pertain to this life, you know. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully this is making sense unto you hopeful elect out there, because I know the 2/3 that might watch this, they ain't going to understand what I'm saying. All right, you see, but those of you that have eyes to see and ears to hear, you know what I'm saying. Okay, you want the Lord to use you, you got to be moving in the right spirit. You can't be too engulfed in the matrix, should I say. Okay, and this flesh is what connects us to this current world that we're in, the physical realm. That's the matrix, man. We can't be engulfed in this society. We got to have our mind on heavenly things, man, so the Lord can use you. Come away from sin and things that, you know, we used to partake in the world. All right, because sin comes from the lust of the flesh. People do abominable things to please their flesh, man. Rob, steal, kill, lie, cheat, commit adultery. And the Lord ain't dealing with people like that, man. You see what I'm saying? You got to be in the right spirit, especially in these times, man. Man, that's heavy. I got to read that one more time, man. 2 Timothy 2 and 21 in the GNT. Those who make themselves clean from all those evil things will be used for special purposes. Come on, man. Because they are dedicated and useful to their master, ready to be used for every good deed. All right. Make yourself ready so the Lord can use you, so he can do miracles through you, man. Because we're going to need that in this time, man. And it's all to glorify Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're those vessels of glorification when we're moving in the spirit, man. When we're moving in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, not the spirit of this world, man, operating in the flesh. Let's go back to those definitions too. Matter of fact, I want to read verse 22 in the KJV. Hold on a second. All right, so we read 2 Timothy 2 and 21 in the KJV, and let's go to verse 22. It says, flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai out of a pure heart. That's moving in the spirit, man. Okay. Having faith, that's moving in the spirit. Okay. Having charity, doing things that are pleasing to the Lord, that's moving in the spirit, man. That's how we got to be. That's the vibration that we got to be in the majority of the time here on earth, man. And you, like I said, you got to have balance. Just because, you know, you do certain things in the flesh doesn't mean you're wicked. Okay. But like I said, the spiritual has to outweigh the carnal. All right. Man, that's heavy. Let's get back to those definitions. So, Salakia, back in the blue letter. All right, we went on that phrase, spiritual things. Let's read some more of this. Okay. It says, A, that which possesses the nature of the rational soul belonging to a spirit or a being higher than man, but inferior to the Most High. And that's, you know, the spirit of the angels, man. Okay. When you're in the spirit, you know, you're higher than the rest of these people on the earth, man. I'm talking to you Israelites. When you're moving in the right spirit, all right, when you're moving in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that elevates you higher above these carnal people of the earth that are moving in a fleshly spirit, which is a lower vibration. Okay. All right. And that's when, you know, fasting, you know what I'm saying, when you abstain from eating for a period of time, that puts you in a spiritual vibration. Okay. Now, people of the earth, you know, people in the world, they fast, you know, for, solely physical and health reasons. We do it to get closer to the Lord, man, we're putting off the flesh. That's why we fast, so we can receive spiritual understanding and to be enlightened on a higher level. You have to put off the flesh, put away the food, the things that pertain to pleasing the flesh, man. That's showing the Lord that you are serious, man. Okay? And that's why it's so important. The Lord Yahweh Shah said, man, some demons, you gotta fast and pray to pass, to get them, how should I say this, removed from you. Because you're operating on a higher vibration when you're doing that, man. You're not in the flesh. A lot of these demons, they work through your flesh. Okay? And when you're too overtaken and minding the things of the flesh, you're susceptible to demonic attacks, man. So we always gotta unplug from this motherfucker and do it fast, man. And pray as well. Praying is spiritual. Okay? Praying to Yahweh Shai. But continuing on, it says belonging to the divine spirit of the Most High, the Holy Spirit, the Ruach Kodash. That's how you say Holy Spirit in the Hebrew, Ruach Kodash. All right, Ruach is spirit, Kodash is holy. All right, one who is filled with and governed by the Spirit of the Most High. All right, and that's us. And Lord willing, it stays that way. Okay, so yeah, that's the point right there, man. That's what it means to be spiritually minded, man. Let's go to carnally minded. Okay, so that was spiritual things. Let's jump down to carnal things. Here's the phrase right here in the Greek.
Strong's G 4559, sarkikos. Sarkikos.
Yeah, sarkikos. Okay, now it says here, fleshly, carnal, having the nature of flesh, i.e., under the control of the animal appetites. And that's the majority of these people out here. They moving around like brute beasts. They're controlled by their own fleshly appetites, man. They don't move in the spirit. That's why they do things that are wrong, because they only are concerned about what feels good in that moment. They don't think about the repercussions and the wickedness that they're doing. That's why you got a lot of these Israelites out here committing adultery, sleeping with everything, and not giving a damn about the spiritual aspects of it. Hookup culture, man. I hate that shit. Me speaking as a man, because it's just a bunch of people pleasing the flesh, man. You got Jake out here getting with women that they had no business dealing with, man, because they just want to, get that satisfaction from the flesh. Then they find themselves in a fucked up situation. That's what happens on the daily out here in this world, in this society. That's why you got so many broken homes and families that are messed up. Of course, we're under the curses, all right? But the thing is that, a lot can be alleviated from moving in the spirit, man. All right? So when you're dealing with these women, I'm speaking to you men out there, you got to try the spirit, man. All right? And even you women out there, before you deal with a man, you got to, be wise, man. All right? You shouldn't be dealing with a complete nigga. But people, they don't care. They just move by the flesh. They're carnal animal appetites, right? All right, it says governed by mere human nature, not by the Spirit of the Most High. See that? That's the majority of the people on the earth. Having its seat in the animal nature or aroused by the animal nature. Human with the included idea of depravity pertaining to the flesh. All right, the body related to birth, lineage. All right, so yeah, that's the point right there. Okay. In an animalistic state, low vibration. Okay. Okay, so back in Romans chapter 8, we left off at verse 6. Let's go to verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. Man, that's heavy right there. That's not to be taken lightly. The carnal mind, those who are completely given over to the flesh, all right, they're enemies of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And that's why a lot of people are about to be unalive, because they're not seeking the Lord. They're not seeking His Spirit to understand their Creator. That's a spiritual thing. All right, they're not trying to do that, man. That's why when you try to, bring them this truth, to your family and to people of the world, they don't want to hear it because it doesn't pertain to the flesh. Okay, it doesn't pertain to pleasing their flesh, because they're engulfed in this society. They're completely engulfed in the ways of this world. So it's not appealing to them when we bring this truth, this spiritual understanding to them. Okay, and they're enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let's get this in the GNT. I'm just curious to see what it says in the Good News Translation. Boy, check this out. This is Romans 8 and 7 in the GNT. And so people become enemies of the Most High when they are controlled by their human nature. For they do not obey the Most High's law, and in fact, they cannot obey it. Come on, man, that's heavy. That's heavy. The Lord can't stand somebody who is always worried about pleasing the flesh, man. Always eating. You got people out here that are gluttons, man. That's a sin too, to be a glutton. Always eating. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you're full, but you just continue to eat. All right. And also taking care of your diet, man. That's a spiritual thing as well. Like I said, man, working out and exercising, that's a spiritual thing. All right. When you're moving in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because you want to keep your temple, upkept. You want to be in the optimal position, physically to serve the Lord, man. I mean, the Lord can't really use you if you're all sickly and you have no control over your diet, man, because you just eat what tastes good, even though it's bad for you. And Esau has a lot of bullshit out here, all right, that will mess you up, man, if you're not moving in the spirit. That's why you got a lot of our people eating a bunch of junk food and GMOs and eating abominable meat such as pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster because it tastes good to them. They're controlled by their fleshly desires, and that leads to death, man. That's why you got people having all these diseases and whatnot, due to the shit that they intake and the frequency that they intaking in. Always eating McDonald's. They're gone in the flesh. All right, laying down with anybody, getting diseases, STDs, because they're gone in the flesh, man. They don't have spiritual discernment to avoid certain traps. Okay. So yeah, man, I just want to bring that out, man. That's heavy, man. We can't be controlled by our fleshly nature. We have to overpower the flesh through the spirit. That's where discipline comes in. These people are undisciplined. They're slaves to their own flesh, man. And the Lord ain't dealing with that spirit, man. The Lord ain't dealing with those who are slaves to their fleshly desires, man. All right, so back in Romans chapter 8 in the King James Version, we left off at verse 7. All right, verse 8, here it is. So they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. Plain as day. I mean, it's plain right there, man. We don't need no other translation for that. So this whole battle that we're fighting here, this spiritual war that we're in, is to overcome the flesh, man. We got to overcome death. You understand? We got to overcome these different urges and impulses that our flesh give off, man. We got to be able to say no to eating junk food. And we got to be able to say no to being lazy and not exercising and working out, taking care of ourselves. We got to say no to adultery. Okay? When the rest of the world wouldn't say no because they're in the flesh. We know spiritually that shit is wrong, man. All right? And that's why the Lord's going to kill out of these people, because they're in that low ass vibration. Do what you feel. Do as thou wilt. That's a satanic quote. Do as thou wilt. Completely being given over to the flesh. Okay, next verse. All right, verse 9, it says, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit, if so be that the spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. Whew, man, that's heavy. The elect are going to be moving in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in these last days, man. We're going to be viewing things, through the scriptures, man, and the prophecies. That's moving in the spirit. Okay? Putting yourself and your own desires on the back burner to do the things that are pleasing to the Lord, man. That's moving in the spirit, man. Okay? And those who are moving in that vibration, they're of the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai. I gotta read on a little bit more, man, because it gets kind of deep. Okay? And if Hamashiach, or Yahweh Shai, be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead, Salakia. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Hamashiach from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his spirit that dwelleth in you. Man, that's heavy. And we're coming into the time of men receiving what? Spiritual power. All right, those who have been moving in the flesh and have been being slaves to sin and slaves to, their own bodies and carnal desires, they're not going to be able to sustain themselves in the time we're coming into, man. All right, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not dealing with those people. It's going to take spiritual power and fortitude to get through the time we coming into, man, known as Jacob's trouble, the worst time this earth has ever seen. If all you've been doing is sowing to the spirit, you're going to be weak as hell. I mean, Salakia, that's Satan. If all you've been doing is sowing to the flesh during this grace period, you're going to be weak as hell in the time we coming into. You're going to lose your damn mind, and the Lord ain't going to be helping you out, man. All right? The same spirit that raised up Yahweh Shai from the dead is dealing with his elect in these last days, and that's powerful, man. All right, you're gonna see men doing all kind of miracles, and that comes through the spirit, man. All right, you can't work out and go to the gym enough to have spiritual power. All right, you can't work out enough to do miracles, man. You can't have enough money in your bank account to do miracles, man. This all comes from the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Therefore, brethren, we are debtors not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. Okay? All right? Now, we're not saying don't work out. We're not saying don't take care of business. You know what I'm saying? But we're letting you know that that's not the end all be all. We're going to be saved through faith, man. And that's a spiritual thing. Shit, faith is spiritual power. It's going to only increase for the Lord's elect in these last days, to the point where we're going to be doing things that science can't explain. All through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, next verse. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. All right, it comes with discipline right there, man. Okay, not being controlled by your flesh. Those who are controlled by the flesh, they're gonna die, man, because they're not moving in the right spirit. All right. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of the Most High. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't get no better than that, man. And that's only pertaining to you Israelites. These heathens don't have this opportunity to be the sons of the Most High. Only you Israelites, man. And the elect of the Israelites on this side. Lord willing, we be at that number, because the elect are going to be moving in the spirit. Okay. I'm going to get ready to end this lesson. I'm going to end it with this right here. All right. The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. Okay. The spirit is what's important, man. Okay, the spirit is what's the most important thing that we got to be attaining to. Okay, making sure our spirits are right, man, with the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai. Making those corrections. All right? That's what it's about, man. It's going to lead to everlasting life. It's going to lead to salvation. All right? Because those who, are always involved with things of the flesh and not the spirit, All right. They're going to receive death, man. They're going to receive corruption. Okay. They're defiled. So just understand that, man. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get this in the GNT and then I'm gonna end it. Let's get the Good News translation on this right quick. Okay, here it is right here, Galatians 6:8 in the Good News translation, and it says, "If you plant in the field of your natural desires, from it you will gather the harvest of death. If you plant in the field of the Spirit, from the Spirit you will gather the harvest of eternal life." Man, that's heavy. That's heavy. Okay. And that's what it is, man. Make sure you're making those spiritual investments in these last days. Okay. Doing your reading. Praying to the Lord for more understanding. Praying to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for more faith, more courage, more understanding of the prophecies. Pray for the Lord to help you do things that are pleasing unto Him. All right. Pray for salvation. These things pertain to the Spirit. Don't be praying for money. Don't be praying for more women or stuff like that, man. That's carnally minded stuff. Okay, pray for things in the Spirit, man. That's the point. It's gonna lead to salvation and eternal life, man. So I'm gonna end this lesson right here. Hopefully this was edifying to the elect, whoever you might be out there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala and Abad Babal. Shalom.